Hello again, everyone, and welcome to One-on-One. I'm Martin Falls. Very pleased to have with us a very special guest. She's raised an incredible family. Two of those family members, well, you're going to know when we come back from the break who I'm talking about and who those family members are. It's all next on One-on-One. One-on-One is brought to you by the Law Office of Waits and Downer. And welcome back to One-on-One. I'm Martin Falls, and the guest I was talking about is Miss Ruby Joy Lyons Hamilton. She is my guest on One-on-One. Miss Ruby, it's an honor to sit down with you, and I appreciate you joining me for a nice conversation. Welcome to One-on-One.
Thank you.
I've heard so much about you from your sons who are sitting off the set here, and I guess we could start by, let's go back to the earliest days that you can remember. Take me back, sort of paint a picture for me. Where were you, and what was life like in those days?
Well, I came from this place they call Waterproof Plantation. This is where I was born and raised over there. I was called and baptized at 5 years old. And in the country, we had a church. And by the church, we always had a school. And we went to the school over there. But we lived in the houses on the farm. The sugarcane field was to the front, and we lived in the back of the sugarcane field. I had a good mother and a father. They would all the time share with one another, you know. Mm-hmm. On, like, the winter time was coming, they would kill a hog, and everybody would get some hog meat. Mm-hmm. If we had chickens, we would give eggs to the one that had ducks. But it was good growing up because we had a lot of family people around. And I had a good life as far as I could see. It mm-hmm. wasn't bad. We didn't have fans and air conditioners like they have now, mm-hmm. but we had a good life because my mother was a hard-working lady, and my daddy was also.
So y'all grew up working for the Leretts?
Yeah, my daddy, well, when I couldn't go to school, when I passed from the 5th grade to the 6th, I couldn't go to school. So we had to, stay at the house another full year. Then we came to, they call it the Houma Color School. Then from the Houma Color School, it was Southside. And then from Southside, we caught the school bus at 7 o'clock in the morning, and it put us off on Greenwich and Bond Street, and we caught another bus on Rousseau Street, and we went to the Houma Air Base.
Wow. And
then from the Houma Air Base, this is when they built Southdown. But when it was time for us to go to Southdown, it was time for us to go cut sugarcane because we was mm-hmm. 15 years old. We had to go cut sugarcane. My daddy was the little boss, for Mr. Lerett, and he told us that we had to help save the crop.
Wow.
But thank God I got my GED. But getting a GED is not being in a classroom all day learning a lot of stuff. You just had to force yourself into, getting different things. Mm-hmm. And from there, I got my GED. I was married to my first husband, Carl, and Gregory, and Lawrence. Then he passed, and I remarried again. And this is when I started going to school. I said, I was subbing at the school in the cafeteria. So Mrs. Marceau told us that we can go to school. I went to Nicholas, took class at Nicholas, I took class at LSU, and I took class at Southeastern. And I did pass my test. I had 3 certificates. School food service technician, which is a manager. You be in the school cooking. I was assistant at Broadmoor, and I was the manager of Oakshire. I was assistant at Southdown, and I was the manager of Houma Junior High, and this is where I retired at. And then I went into foster care, and I had foster children.
Wow. Now I know where Greg and Carly get it from. You had a drive to better yourself all the time. And I guess I have to ask you, where did that drive come from? Because what was it like when you were actually cutting cane? Can you imagine? I hope it wasn't as hot as it is today.
It was hot, and it was terrible out in the sugarcane field. And then in the wintertime, when it was freezing, they would build fire, and your face would be burning up, and your back would be freezing.
Oh, wow. You remember that so vividly.
Yes, I remember when they didn't have sugar cane, there was a gentleman by the name of Mr. Rufus Bomberland from down Gibson Way, and he had a big truck. He used to haul us to buy blue. We used to pick beans. We used to pick mashed potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
For all of your cases, including those with catastrophic significance, call Waits and Downer Law Firm.
So y'all did a little bit of everything.
We did, had to, if you if you wanted to survive. Our parents didn't make that much money.
Right.
So
y'all were, I guess, expected to participate to help the family.
Right.
How many siblings did you have, Miss Ruby?
I had 2 sisters and 2 brothers.
Okay. Where did you fall in the pecking order?
Well, I had my 2 sisters, Ivory, Piccola, Mervyn, and Louis, and I was the last one.
All right. I know you weren't spoiled.
No.
You bet you were working from day one, huh?
Yeah, all the time. We used to go to the yard and milk the cows for Mr. Leary.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always had something for us to do.
They had a lot of children, too.
Yes, they did.
If I can remember, 11 or 12 or 13, I don't know. I can't remember how many, but they had quite a few. And what's the earliest chores that you remember doing to help the family? Was it milking the cow?
No, it was working for, I can't remember his name out on Bayou Blue, where Mr. Bomberland would take us out there to pick beans and pick potatoes.
And what was the atmosphere like? Because during segregation and all that, which came later, you know, we didn't grow up in that era. But what was it like in your era? Was it tense? Was it relaxed? What was it like?
Well, it didn't bother us because everybody got along. We all got along together. You see, the bus would pass and we couldn't ride the bus, but we still, was happy until we could ride the bus at 7 o'clock in the morning, come to Houma. And then we had to stay at home and then catch that bus and go down to another school.
So there was a separate bus for the whites and the blacks? Or could y'all ride together?
No, we didn't ride together.
Really?
You see, when the buses was going to pick up the whites, they picked us up early in the morning and brought us to Houma. And then they went and picked up, the whites.
Wow. You're educating me.
But it didn't matter with us because we all played ball together. We all jumped rope together. So
Yeah.
it didn't really bother.
Well, and that's sort of the mentality that your sons who have had on TV many times they get along with everybody.
Yes,
Is that something you instilled in them?
yes. You have to get along with everybody. How you want to see God if you don't get along with your sisters and your brothers?
Very true.
We have to do unto others as we wish for them to do unto us, but a lot of times they didn't do unto us like we should have been done to.
What'd you do for fun back when you were a child? What games did you play?
We used to jump rope. I was coming up with my two brothers. I used to make slingshots, pop guns, used to make wagons.
Those old pop guns, you made them with the wood? Out of wood?
Made them with that what you call it, bamboo pole.
Yeah. Wow. So you were pretty crafty. You knew how to build things?
Right.
Yeah.
And we made bird nests to catch birds.
Yeah. A little bit of everything.
Yeah. We made fishing lines and to catch fish.
Where'd you get your sense of humor? Because people tell me you like to joke a lot. Did you get that because you were the last child, or did it just come
naturally? I got
naturally?
that from my mama.
Really?
My mama used to crack jokes all the time.
She was the life of the party?
Yes.
Okay. Was your dad strict?
My daddy was a humble man. He had to be humble when he was dealing with all those people working in the field.
Yeah.
Because Mr. Leroy didn't come out there. He stood everything. He was the one standing in front of the arrow. When they was angry, they pulled it, and they shot him. They didn't shoot Mr. Leroy.
Wow. He was the overseer.
Yes.
Okay. So he had to have a pretty good way of talking with people and working people.
Right.
And also being stern to get the job done.
Right.
Because he had a boss.
Right. And he did that very well.
For all of your cases, including those with catastrophic significance, call Waits and Downer Law Firm.
How long were the days?
Oh, we went to work around 6:30 in the morning, and we was off for lunchtime, and we stayed out until about 5.
Wow. No TV back then?
No, we didn't have it. Well, it wasn't no radio for us first.
Right.
We used to go to Mr. Bill when they had Joe Louis and these other people fighting. He would let us sit around in his garage, and we would listen to that. And then when the TVs came out, well, then we didn't have that either. He would let us sit, in the front. He would let us watch that. But I was working for some people. It was Miss Patterson, and they would carry us to the place and let us pick out a TV. Some of us got a small one and some got a big one. But we got them in this way that we watched the TV.
What was it like the first time you turned a switch on a TV and there was a picture? You had to be excited.
It was. I was excited. I used to watch Batman. And, and I used to watch Bonanza.
Yeah.
I used to watch them all the time.
But you like Batman, but your son was Superman.
Yeah,
when he was that terrible
Superman.
one.
I always watched Superman.
Yeah.
Too.
Playing in the band and playing on the football team.
Yeah.
They called him Superman, huh? Yeah. You got two Supermen now. You got two sons that have really elevated on the scene here in Terrebonne Parish. That's got to make you proud.
I am proud of them. I am proud of my sons. And above all, the Christian people.
That means a lot.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. And that's what keeps them motivated, by them loving the Lord.
Yeah. I guess you know by now that me and Greg were on the same football team way back when.
Yes, I remember a long time ago.
Bantam League. The Rebels. I don't know why they named us the Rebels. We were a bunch of nice guys. But the Rebels way back, and he was a gifted athlete back when. Now, Carly was a little older, and I didn't meet Carly till later, but God, they just joyful people to be around.
Yeah.
And motivated. So you did a good job.
Thank you. I know I did. I prayed to the Lord to help me. I had it rough sometime because, you see, when you don't have an education, you know, to get jobs like other people. And I was educated in cooking in the schoolhouse.
You cooked a lot at the house? Or were you tired when you got home and you didn't cook?
No, I cooked all the time.
You were cooking just all the time.
And whenever I went to work, I cooked.
Yeah.
I had jobs I used to work at. I worked for the apprentices. I cooked there. I cooked over at the Pattersons. But I didn't cook for the Geises. I used to work there. I worked all over town.
Wow.
To put my children through school, you know.
Yeah. You did what it took. So you worked for the diocese. You worked for the apprentices. The Patterson.
I worked for the apprentices.
Okay. And the school system.
Yeah.
Anybody we missed?
Yeah. There is one, I can't think of the name of them. They have this place where they sell carpet. Oh, I can't think of her name. They were very nice to us. And I worked for Miss Evelyn Dupree. They had a shop downtown for children. And when she passed, Miss Barbara Sapola, her daughter, she took over. And this is how we got a lot of stuff, you know, for my boys. Then Mr. Earl Williams, you remember Mr. Earl?
I sure do.
He had a shop down there, and he only sold men clothes. But one day, his daughter came out and she told me, she said, "We're selling clothes for ladies." Her name is Charlotte.
Right.
And they told me, said, "You can come in and buy," you know, so they would let us get stuff on credit.
Yeah.
And every time I get my paycheck, I would go in and pay them, but they were good people. And right now, Miss Charlotte, every once in a while I would see her. She would like for me to sing that song about this little light of mine.
And don't worry, you're going to sing that for me today on the last part of the show. I'm gonna let you have the floor because I heard you love to sing.
For all of your cases, including those with catastrophic significance, call Waits and Downer Law Firm. This one-on-one program has been brought to you by the law offices of Waits and Downer.
HTV, bringing you local news and sports for over 36 years. From tragic events to heartwarming stories from the community, sports from the regular season and into the playoffs. We were there each time COVID struck. And when Hurricane Ida devastated the area, HTV was there before and after the storm, bringing you live storm track updates and coverage of the aftermath. When other news outlets left, HTV was there, helping those in need. So for your news, stick with the ones you know, the ones that know you.